Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Cebuter DEO on this very day, October 15, 2024, for this pre-bidding conference. But before we anything else, before we start, I would like to call everybody to please pause for a moment. Please stand and hear the prayers.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Okay, so thank you. Uh, so again, I would like to say that this afternoon, this is a pre-bidding schedule for the three projects that we will have, no? And this will be bid out by October 28, Monday. So this afternoon, before we start, EO. So yours truly is the chairman, and at the same time, the assistant district engineer, Engineer Ray Navales. And we have also online with us our members. We have the member from chief of the maintenance section. We have Engineer Lisel Amameo. And also we have Engineer Pritzi, member, Ortiga, the chief of the planning and design section. And also we have Engineer Dali, the chief of the construction section member. And also we have the another member. We have here inside this room, Engineer Alpi Laspunya, member from the planning and design. And, and also we have online Miss Hani Abduhan, our AO, a member. And of course, we have a technical people from the planning and design section who will be also with us this afternoon to discuss the technical aspect of the project. We have Engineer Roland on my extreme right, Engineer Roland Libong Pugon, and Engineer beside him, his left side is Engineer Joshua Labrador. And they are from the planning and design section who will be discussing these projects. This afternoon, we have three projects which we are going to discuss. The flood control from at Camanchilis River and the basic infrastructure program, BIP road construction at Sitio Candungmug, Barangay Manguiao, Asturias. And we have also a basic infrastructure, a construction and completion of multipurpose building in Barangay Campo Otso, Toledo City, Cebu. So without much ado, we are going to start the ball rolling of our discussion. And take note that the pre-bidding conference is intended to discuss the details of the project as far as the legal documents requirement, technical aspect of the project, and the financial aspect. So without much ado, we are going to start with the first one. So this is in detail, contract ID 24H F0109. The contract name is Rehabilitation of Flood Control Structure at Camanchiles River, Barangay Carmen, Barangay Captain Claudio, Toledo City, Cebu. With the location at Toledo City, Cebu. Contract duration is 178 calendar days, and the approved budget of the contract is 48,250,000 pesos only. So we would like to ask the people from the planning and design section to please discuss in details the technical aspect as far as the plan specification is concerned. Okay, so we'll discuss first. We have Engineer Alpinino, who is tasked to discuss this project. Okay, take it. You have the floor, Engineer Alfi.
Hello. Good afternoon to all. For contract ID 24HF0109, rehabilitation of flood control structure at Camanchiles River, Barangay Carmen to Barangay Captain Claudio, Toledo City, Cebu. For this project, we have items involved. For Part A, facilities for the engineers, we have item A.1.18, provision of field office for the engineers, rental basis. Then operation and maintenance of field office for the engineer. Then for Part B, other general requirements, we have project billboard, then occupational safety and health program, and mobilization and demobilization. For project billboard, we have 3 billboards, including 1 billboard for COA. Then for Part L, flood and river control and drainage. For Part LA, earthworks, we have individual removal of trees, 150 to 300 mm in diameter, 11 trees affected. Then embankment from roadway excavation and embankment from barrow. For Part LB, bank and slope protection works, we have concrete slope protection. So this includes the foundation and the capping of the structure. Then we also have furnishing and of steel sheet pile, U-type, grade 50, and steel sheet pile driven U-type, grade 50. This steel sheet pile is used for scar protection. Our total length of this project is 186 meters, and it's located at the left side of the river facing downstream. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Las Punya, for the detailed discussion. So we go now to the second one for the contract ID 25 HF0020. And this is about the Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, construction of road, sitio Kandumugdog, Barangay Mangiaw, Asturias, Cebu. Okay, so this will be discussed by Engineer Roland Libongkugon. Okay.
Hello. So good afternoon, everyone. So I'm here to discuss the contract ID 20H25HF0020 with a project title Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program BIP, Construction of Road, Sitio Kadumugdog, Barangay Mangiaw, Asturias, Cebu, with a project length of 0.22 kilometers or 0.44 lane kilometers with a project duration 46 days. So these are the items involved for this project. So in part A, for the facilities for the engineer, item A118, provision of field office for engineer rental basis. Next is for part B, other general requirements. Item B5, project billboard signboard. The next item is B7-1, occupational safety and health program. Next is B8, traffic management. And B9, demobilization and mobilization and demobilization. So next part is part C, earthworks. Item 103A1, individual removal of trees 150 mm to 300 mm diameter. The next is item 102, surplus common excavation. The next part is item 1041A, embankment from roadway structure excavation common soil. And the next part is and the next item is 1051A, subgrade preparation common material. So for the next part, part D, subbase and base course. Item is involved is item 201, aggregate subbase course, cubic meter. So for the part A, the surface course, the major item is the 311B1, Portland cement concrete pavement, unreinforced 0.2 meters thick, 14 days. Then the next part is part G, drainage and slope protection structures. So, nani proposal sa ato ang project dito nga kinahanglan nato butangan og cross drainage. So, the item are item 501B, pipe culvert class 2 RCPC with a length of 7 meters. Next is item 503G, line canal stone masonry. So, mao ni atong kuan nang i-propose para dili magkuan kay katong area dito na kuan tendency nga bahaon siya ba. So, nita mag-propose og kanal. The next item is item 502-383, catch basin 910 mm diameter. And for the next item is item 5061, stone masonry shall be used in slope protection. And the last part is part H, miscellaneous structures. Item 61221, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement marking whites all throughout the length. And item 6122, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow, which shall be used in curbs. So that would be all for this project. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Roland Libong Pugon, for the discussion. So we will proceed after all the technical discussions, and we are going to open now. We are open for any questions or whatever clarifications. So for the third one, we now move on the third one, contract ID 25HF0030. The contract name is Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Construction and or Completion of Multipurpose Building, Barangay Campo Otso, Toledo City, Cebu. Okay, so this will be discussed from the Planning and Design section again, Engineer Joshua Labrador.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will discuss contract ID 25HF0030, the Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Construction, Completion of Multi-Purpose Building in Barangay Campo Otso, Toledo City, Cebu. The scope of this project is, since in the actual location, we already have 3 bays. So we will add 1 bay to make it 4 bays. We will also put, I will also construct the pavement for the covered court and the slope protection. And also we will provide bench and canopy for the covered court. The total project duration is 90 calendar days. I will now discuss the items of work involved in the project. First part, we have the facilities for the engineer. We have the provision of field office for the engineer rental basis and operation and maintenance of field office for the engineer. Next part, we have the other general requirements. We have the permits and clearances. Next, the project billboard or signboard. We only have 2 project billboard. One is for the DPWH and one is for the COA. Next, we have the occupational safety and health. We also have mobilization/demobilization. Next part is the earthworks. First, we have the removal of structures and obstruction. We have structure excavation common soil. We also have structure excavation soft rock. We have embankment from structure excavation common soil, embankment from barrow common soil, and gravel fill. Next part is the plain and reinforced concrete works. First item, we have the structural concrete class A, 28 days. We also have structural concrete class B, 28 days. We have an item for lean concrete. For our rebar works, we have reinforcing steel deform grade 40 and reinforcing steel deform grade 60. We also have an item for our form works and falls works. Next part, we have the finishing and other civil works. First item is the storm drainage and downspout. Next, the fascia board, 19 mm fiber cement board. We also have fabricated metal roofing accessory, flashings, and gutter. Next, the pre-painted metal sheets above 0.427 mm corrugated type long span. We also have an item for painting works on our steel structures. We have CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 150 mm thick. We have an item for our metal structures. Our metal structure accessories, bolts and rods, metal structure accessories, turnbuckle, metal structure accessories, sag rods, metal structure accessories, cross bracing, metal structure accessories, steel plate. We also have an item for our structural steel, the structural steel trusses and structural steel purlins. Next part, the electrical works. First, we have the conduits, boxes, and fittings. This is for our conduit works and conduit roughing ins. We also have an item for wires and wiring devices. Next, the panel board with main and branch breakers. And last item for this part is our lighting fixtures. The last part is the bank and slow protection works. We have an item for stone masonry. That would be all for 25HF0030.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Joshua Labrador, for the discussion. So we are now open for any clarification and discussion from the audience, if there are any. So as of now, there is no participating contractor as per none. Okay, so none. So for the record, we will just proceed. So I would like to talk, no, the touch the very important also, which will be implemented the soonest, or the sooner, regarding the PQA, the public quality assurance. So this should be put now into practice, because this will be implemented later, no? So PQA, this had been discussed before, and this is under department order. I forgot the number, so we will have to practice, no? Observe this PQA as far as our quality assurance is concerned, because this will be consolidated with our PCMA, hopefully, no? So that is just a advanced information. Okay, so I will give the floor to the chief of the construction section. I will be discussing other matters related to our operation of the project. So I'll give this microphone to Engineer Dali Almirol for some further reminders.
Thank you, Sir Adere. Good afternoon, everyone. In addition, I would like to discuss DO 28 series of 2024. This is the three-strike policy in the procurement of infrastructure, goods, and consulting services contracts. There will be classification of offenses that triggers the three-strike policy and exception. First case is from withdrawal from the bidding process, submission of a non-participation letter, or failure to submit a bid after purchasing the bid document. Second, this is the submission of late bid without valid reason as determined by the BAC. So the exception will be considered under extraordinary circumstances, such as force majeure. The third is the submission of patently insufficient bid. You will be evaluated, and this will occur during eligibility screening and/or shortlisting. So during this eligibility screening, if you submit an expired certificate of Philippine Government Electronic Procurement Service or PhilGEP, or failure to include certificate of employment, contract agreement among permanent personnel and staff of the firm. During the bid evaluation also, you will be sanctioned with this three-strike policy if you fail to submit the required bid forms, submissions of incomplete, insufficient, or defective documents. And I would like to emphasize the failure to submit the required certifications of key personnel as per Department Order Number 9, Series of 2012, which is also the requirement is to submit the nominations of key personnel. And I would like to connect this to Department Order Number 118, Series of 2024. That is the guidelines of the accreditations and assignment of contractors and consultant project engineers. So the full implementations on assigning only qualified and competent project engineers of the contractors and consultant in the implementations of DPWH projects. So to all bidders, I would like to remind on the assignment of only accredited project engineers to the DPWH projects. So that is all from me, Sir Ade.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Dali Almirol, for the I think this review, no, or reminders. So we have this three-strike policy, and it's very important. We are already asked to report this every now and then, no? The procurement department of DPWH is very strict on the observation of the strict three-strike policy. So, do you have something to say, Ma'am Lisel? You have any message? Okay.
Okay, good afternoon, Sir Ray. Good afternoon to all the members of the back. So in addition to the three strikes, where Engineer Dali will already discuss about it. So in addition, sir, regarding the implementation of the project is they must be strictly impose the safety and quality and safety, health and quality in the project, and also the what we call the traffic management, which is they are not emphasizing the right size of the road signages, and they are not installing the proper and appropriate signages, sir. So that's only the reminder for the during the implementation. That's all, sir.
Okay, so that's a reminder, no, regarding our traffic safety, no, traffic management, and the signages that should be placed religiously. Contractors, take note of that, and that part of our, of course, the contract, no? So we are obliged to do and perform and to install this religiously. So, are there any more further message from other members of the BAC who is online? Okay, so silence means no. And I think there is no participating bidders attending. So this is for the record. We have this recorded. You may see it later now. Okay, so until here, we're going to wrap up this pre-bidding conference this afternoon. So I would like to thank all the members of the BAC who are present, and of course, the people from PDS who are with us, assisting us in the discussion. So thank you very much, everyone, and see you on October 28th, which is the bidding schedule of these projects. Good afternoon and God bless. Time check is now 3:20.